All right, and we're live. Or if you get here in a minute, then we'll be live for you once you get here. But welcome back to Unhinged Tech, the latest and greatest tech talk show on Wednesday night.
The latest and greatest.
Well, I'm greatest, you're latest.
That's right. I am latest.
So you had me, Tech Odyssey. I have, of course, English Dan reviews here as well. So we're here to talk about stuff tonight. So if you're here to listen to us talk about stuff, you're in the right place.
I don't see anyone here yet. Or am I just
because there's two people. There'll probably be somebody pop up here in a second.
Oh.
Yeah, so tonight, a couple things to talk about. One, we're going to talk about the $550 AirPods Max. So
and studio quality headphones.
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, call them whatever you want. $550 headphones. And then, I was talking to Dan earlier, and apparently he does not like the iPhone 12 Pro Max. So we're going to talk about that some because I actually happen to like the phone, which was surprising to me. But yeah.
And it's not that I'm an iPhone hater because I really liked the iPhone 11 Pro Max.
The 11 Pro Max is a solid phone. Surprisingly, though, I like the 12 Pro Max better than I like the 11 Pro Max. I like the aesthetics. I like the way that it looks. I think it's a really sharp-looking phone.
Yeah, I prefer the color as well. The one I had, the graphite, that looked stunning. But
we'll get there.
What's up, Mr. Unnamed Review Guy?
Unnamed Review. Welcome. Glad to have you here. Yeah, so we couldn't scrap together the ability to put our show last Wednesday, so we're back here today. So glad to be back here and talking.
Christian, that is a major good upgrade. What's up, Mr. Retethered Tech? But yeah, Christian, Note 9 to the S20 FE. I think that's great. If you don't use the stylus, the S Pen, you'll love it.
Yeah, that's solid. And you know what I find, though? A lot of people really don't. Here's the other thing I want to talk about tonight. I want to talk about this idea of the Note going away, because people have been talking about that lately. Of course, it's not confirmed by Samsung. It's just rumors, and people are feeding the rumor mill because the Note was not listed on like the future lineup plan or whatever. Whatever, who cares? But there are people who seem to think that it's going to go away. And if it does go away, I mean, who really cares? It's not that big of a deal, because what we do know is that they're bringing stylus support to the S series phones and the Fold. So if
you don't need it.
Yeah, you don't need it. If you've got the Fold, like the whole thing with the Note was it was the productivity device. But if you can be even more productive, if you can be more productive on the Fold series than the Note series, then why do you need the Note? I mean, they're going to have to stratify this some way, because there's a huge gap between the S series price and the Fold price. And I know that they're talking about bringing out a budget model. And then with the S lineup, I mean, you should theoretically get something that's even cheaper than what you're paying for the Note. And hopefully they'll, like, even this year, though, the Note 20 was a really pathetic device for the price. I mean, it was, it had
it with the plastic. It wasn't the fact that it was plastic. I don't think it was that bothered me. It was everything else they took shortcuts on. The 60 hertz screen, it was 1080p. It was the only thing it had on it was the 865 plus. But it was surrounded by garbage for $1,000. Or not garbage, but it wasn't $1,000 phone, especially when you look at the S20 FE that has everything the Note 20 doesn't, minus a stylus, but it's $300 cheaper.
And that was my thing, though. Obviously, it was intentional to try and upsell the Note Ultra. Like, if it were another company and they didn't have all that other stuff, and traditionally, like, they went backwards. Like, yes, I know the Note 10 only had a 1080p screen, but the price one was lower, and it was at least build quality was the same.
Wasn't it $799, if I remember rightly, or $899? That one, it was lower.
Yeah, it was value priced.
Yeah, and it had the premium build quality. No, that for me, after using that S20 FE, I think you can still have a flagship premium phone with a plastic back. I really do.
I think it's possible. Just don't charge me $1,000 for it.
Yeah.
And, one phone, I want to talk about this briefly, because I've got a video coming out soon on this one, but I picked up, just out of curiosity, a A71 5G, and I absolutely love this phone. Like, I saw this phone at CES back in January, totally loved this device, and I was waiting for it to come out, and then I got this. I traded into Samsung my Pixel 3a XL, and they gave me like $380 trading credit for it.
No brainer.
Dude, I got this phone for like $170, and this is probably my best buy of the year. Like, I have been just tickled with this phone. It's so good.
Yep.
Now it's got the 765 in it. It doesn't feel as snappy like all the time as it does on Pixel, because of course, Pixel is very bare bones. It's just normal stock Android, as opposed to all the constructs that One UI has on it with Samsung. But overall, I think it's a really good phone, especially if people are trading it in. I got it from Samsung. But
you didn't get an S20 FE, right? You didn't bother going with one of those?
No, I didn't go with the S20 FE.
Some of the deals they were offering trading on that was similar. You could get an SE
389, like 389 is about the cheapest I saw it with trade-in stuff.
I think you could get it cheaper than that. I mean, right now at T-Mobile, you can get one for $100.
Oh,
with a trade-in of an LG G8.
Look who decided to show up.
Who's that?
Lions Man.
That's Lions Man.
Yeah, he changes. He tried to church it up on us. Farm and Tech. The only thing farming is him.
FARM, you fat pig. All right.
The only thing farming there is him, because he's an effer.
What's the difference in price with the FE? The FE,
it's $649 MSRP, isn't it?
It was $699. Whether it's come down, I do not know. What's up, Mike?
Hey, Mike.
It was $699, but it's always on offers. I mean, it's literally without trade-ins, it was $349 if you went to Best Buy over Black Friday.
Yeah, if you got it from like T-Mobile or some other carriers, you could do some really good trade-in stuff too. So, and it's a fantastic phone. I mean, I think that the FE is in serious.
Sorry, I'm just responding to Mike.
Oh yeah, so I think that the FE is in serious contention for phone of the year.
For me, hands down, it is. Because
and that's really surprising to say that.
Yeah, I am shocked. If I had to get rid of this and go with the FE, I wouldn't care. The only reason I'm with this is, from today, it was a free phone. So
yeah,
whatever. So
speaking of free phones, can you give me my G8 back?
No, you're not having the case back. You know what I mean? G8 either. I don't even know where it is.
You probably traded it in for something.
No,
I tell you what, though, I absolutely love the G8. Now, here's the thing. I mean, I know, Mike, you said earlier before, there it is, that you thought that the Fold 2.
There it is.
Here. Oh, yeah. I see it right behind the finger there.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so I think the thing is, though, Mike, you have to look at criteria. And I don't think it's the best value of the year. I think that the Pixel 4a is the best value of the year. But when you look at price, you look at performance, you look at availability, you look at so many different factors. That's what I'm looking at. I mean, I'm not looking at the best.
Bundling it as a whole thing, yes. If you put everything in together. Now, phone of the year is in the best, the most innovative, and classy is the Fold 2. Without a doubt.
Without a doubt. Best all around. I mean, I'm not talking like the best, most amazing phone. I'm talking about the best, like when you talk about value, performance, you talk about availability, you talk about what it brings to the table. I mean, I think that's a serious contender for that. Yeah. And then definitely in the mid-tier. I mean, and it's even hard calling it a mid-tier. Things got really muddy this last year with mid-tier. Like mid-tier got weird because they started calling these phones that were like technically flagship level mid-tier phones.
When did $700 become mid-range, by the way?
Yeah, that's not mid-range to me. And I was thinking about that earlier because I was trying to come up with a title for a video, and I was explicitly thinking about this new A71 5G. And it's funny because the A71 5G at MSRP like $500, I don't really consider that mid-tier. Like mid-tier to me is like 400 and under. Like I don't really consider the Pixel 4a mid-tier, but it's not budget. I mean, it's kind of mid-tier, but it's definitely not budget.
The 4A for me is budget. The way I look at mid-tier nowadays is 5 to 6. But I think once you start hitting 700, you're in the low-end premium range. That's the thing that gets me. I don't think you can call it mid-tier anymore.
It's hard when you look at stuff because they're putting these really good processors in these mid-tier phones where it's like you've got the horsepower of a flagship phone, but then you've got like less complementary specs going on there.
Yeah, you're right there, Mike. Yeah, so, I mean, I have to just say this: pair of AirPods Max or a PlayStation 5 and Miles Morales. How can the AirPods Max be possibly worth as much as a PlayStation with everything that's going on in it, or an Xbox?
It's really hard to make that argument. And here's my thing. I was thinking about this, and I'm like, okay, so
yes, Chad.
AirPods Max, or pay an extra like $100 and get a Mac Mini. Like, just look at what that brings to your life when you talk about what you can do for $600-700, and then you're like, oh, I can get these pair of headphones with this like headphone, like what are they even called? Like the mittens, not mittens, but like the ear warmers that you put on it. That's what it looks like.
Fucking mittens. Shut up, you crackhead. Mittens.
Yeah, the
muff.
Our ear
mittens.
It doesn't get cold down here.
Oh, that's funny. Mittens.
I was looking for the word, and it just wasn't.
I've worn mittens since I was about 3. Come on.
Yeah, it's so dumb. Like the carrying case or the cover or whatever they're called. I don't even know what they're calling it. But here's the thing. I have a lot of criticism for the headphones, but at the same point in time, there may be a function for them. I mean, I'm not going to discredit them just because they're $550. They're just not marketed for me. Like I don't need that. Some people, I mean, if there is some sort of function to them, that if they are studio quality headphones, if they just do some amazing things that I don't know about, then like maybe they could be worth the price. But for most people, that ain't it.
There you go, Mike. And I say that a lot of companies do it. I think Nintendo do it. I think Xbox and PlayStation do it on purpose. They are creating a demand, which creates hype, which creates sales. Gotta have it because I can't get it. An
hour after those things, like I looked at them later and like same day, 12 to 14 weeks to get those things in. I knew immediately there was like 20 of them in each color.
Buy now, get them in March. What?
Yeah, it's so dumb. Look, I get it. Like I think these were supposed to come out a little earlier too. I don't follow a lot of the Apple leaks and rumors and all that garbage, but yeah, it's one of those things where there clearly wasn't enough. And of course, they probably pushed these out the door. But yeah, I mean, some people got them and will get them, but 12 to 14 weeks, who even projects just put out of stock? I mean, that's what everybody else does.
And the thing is, nobody, well, Mike, again, has just took words out of my mouth. Somebody who's looking for a studio headset is not buying Bluetooth headphones.
Oh, exactly. They want to take advantage of the digital audio codec, the DA.
Absolutely. They are not. I've seen it today on Twitter. Oh, people are complaining, but these are studio headphones. No, fool, they're not. They're consumer headphones disguised as studio headphones.
I mean,
just like Beats at $350, studio headphones.
Do these use USB-C to connect?
No. Huh?
Like to charge? Do they use USB-C? Can you plug them in like regular headphones?
Not look that far into it.
Yeah, I haven't looked that far. I just don't care that much. I saw them. This was the easiest no-brainer not purchase for me this year. Like usually Apple puts something out and there's a compelling reason that I want it. And then I was like, I think you and I messaged each other shortly afterward, and it's like, not getting that.
I couldn't believe it. I mean, I was expecting them to come out. What I was expecting was Apple to stop selling the $350 Beats and then to bring these out at that price point. That's what I thought would have happened. These would have been their flagship headphones, but it's just $550.
I'm sure they're going to sound good, but I don't understand why they cost that much because, you're not taking advantage of the DAC. They don't have LDAC in them. They don't have they don't have
the U1 chip in them either, do they? If I remember rightly,
they don't have aptX HD. They just have AAC. I mean, it's like there's no way that you're going to get true studio quality audio out of these over a wireless connection. Now they may sound really good. There may be
isn't even that good on them either. Up to 20 hours.
Yeah, and maybe they're slightly better than the AirPods Pro. And here's the thing. AirPods Pro sound good. Like AirPods Pro legitimately sound good. But here's something. I was listening to a stream yesterday with Juan Carlos, some gadget guy, and El Jefe.
Mm-hmm.
And they were talking about some of that stuff when it goes into the headphones. Yeah, they might be the best ANC headphones you can get. And they might have all the great stuff, like basically AirPods Pro that just sit on your ears and they sound good, or over the ear. That's fine, but that should have probably been, I think, like the 350 ballpark. And I could have seen if they put this in and like made this a normal model and then had a pro model that had wires or something. But this one I think is just too much for what you're getting out of it. And here's another thing. For people who are like true audiophiles, even if you use Apple, it uses the EQ on there. You can't change it. It uses the adaptive EQ stuff. Like you can't set your own equalizer in the system. I mean, you have. It's just very frustrating. Like there are things Apple wants to dictate how you listen to your stuff, just like they want to control everything else. But that comes with things that I don't think. I just don't see where the justification is for that price point.
I do not see how they're going to be better in noise cancelling than the Sony XM4
at $300.
They're $350.
Mm-hmm.
They have a really good sound. They're not quite as bassy as the XM3 were. So if you want bass, you go with the XM3. But the noise cancelling on them is amazing. It's absolutely fantastic. And Apple are going on that we're leading the way. I just think
it's right here, 20 hours with ANC on. Like any other reputable headphone, well, I'm not going to say any other one. There are a lot of headphones ANC. You're getting 40 hours, not 20.
Yeah, I mean, these things here are $70. They think they were $50 over Black Friday, and these get 30 hours with ANC on.
Yeah, 79.
And they sound really good.
79.
No way. Huh?
And the thing is like if you did a blind test with somebody who didn't know that these things were AirPods Max, like if you just put them down and said, "Here, listen to these and listen to these," they would probably say the sound core sound just as good. I mean, there are going to be tangible benefits to being a part of an ecosphere with Apple and the connection to the phone.
Absolutely.
And the Siri integration, I'm sure being able to talk on them is probably going to sound fantastic. ANC is going to be good. Like they're going to be very good without having to do anything. Like you put them on and at face value, they're going to sound very good. I don't think they're going to sound bad at all. They're just not something that, I mean, yes, we say $250 is too much for the AirPods Pro. AirPods, I mean, all of their audio products are overpriced, but with the way that they work, the seamless integration and all that stuff, I mean, there are benefits to it. It's just really hard to see them at $550
on Apple's website. So the 20 hours. Yeah. Testing conducted by Apple in November 2020 using pre-production AirPods Max and software paired with the iPhone 12 Pro Max units. The playlist consisted of 358 unique audio tracks purchased from the iTunes Store, 256 kilobytes AAC encoding. Volume was set at 50% with noise cancellation on.
They always are.
Well, who listens to headphones at 50%?
Well, when you look at stuff like, if you look at like the stuff for Anchor and other places, typically the volume ranges from like 50 to 70% is what they rate their battery lives at. None of the battery lives are ever at 100% when they do their testing. But that's really kind of pathetic, though. 256 kilobits per second audio
at 50% volume gives you 20 hours with ANC on.
That's really weak. That's not. Who wants to listen to 256 kilobit audio bit rate on $550 headphones?
And that's it. That is not studio quality. It's just not. You go. Does it
CD
black through them or anything like that? I don't think you can. So I mean, 256. Anyway, blow my mind.
And Michael Pepper has 384 grams. That's not even light. That's heavy.
Yeah. And they're ugly to boot. They are absolutely hideous. No.
They don't look good.
No. If anyone's buying them, like Mike said, they're buying them to flex.
I like this right here. I would stick with my Pixel Buds if they stayed connected and didn't disconnect every 15 seconds.
And the other thing, AirPods Pro. Let's go to the little mini AirPods Pro. They don't even have good battery life. They're like 4.5 hours. They're not good battery life. So
I think they're rated at like 5.5 or 5.
Yeah,
like 4.5 with ANC on, 5.5 with off.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you're always paying the Apple tax to get anything Apple, and
Apple
like
tax? You're getting the Apple dench, the dench sausage. There's no doubt about it. Hi, Jess.
oh goodness. And this is not even a sponsor or ad or anything, but this.
Oh, you found a new drink?
Yeah, I can't find my camera. This Izzy or whatever it's called. Man, this stuff is delicious.
Where's that from? Is that watermelon flavored?
No, this is blackberry flavored. This one's name brand.
Oh, okay. I'll have to look for it because I like blackberry drinks.
Oh, dude, this one is so good. It is like amazing. If you go, you have to get it from Walmart or whatever. You can't get this at Aldi. But so my local grocery store had like an off-brand version that was like the ones I had been drinking for forever, and they got rid of them.
Yep. I remember you saying.
Oh, so mad. Oh, Jess is here.
Yeah, I said hi, Jess.
I know. I was just going down to confirm. I heard you right. Glad she's here.
Yeah. Okay. I might wear glasses, but I'm not blind, bro.
I was looking at the can.
Yeah, whatever. You pick the can, you bridge dweller.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. For people who are interested,
yeah,
$99. That is an absolute steal of a deal. Those things are so good. Like they're so crazy good. No, Hawker Mustang. No, it's not an energy drink. It's just carbonated. It's just sparkling water with blackberry flavoring, but it's really delicious. Like normally, whenever you drink these things, they have like these fake flavors and taste like NutraSweet and all that additive garbage. It just tastes good.
I can't stop myself. I need to talk about the iPhone 12 Pro Max being a dumpster fire phone.
That would have made a great headline for the episode. I should have talked to you before.
Because yeah.
All right, go. Why? Okay. We'll play a game here. All right. Hello, English Dan Reviews. How are you today?
I'm great now. I don't have an iPhone 12 Pro Max.
So I hear that you think that the iPhone 12 Pro Max is a absolute dumpster fire.
Yes.
So could you tell me why you feel that way?
The camera's crap. I feel like I'm getting trolled by J.J. Abrams. I mean, and it was bad on the 11, but the lens flare on the 12 is like you could have the most minuscule light appearing in your photo, and you get this big flare across your screen. It's like that's crap. The weight of the phone.
It's got to be because of the housing and the lens. I think the way that it's
got to become a reflection off the actual glass. I don't know, but it's just horrendous. The picture quality, I think, is better on the iPhone 11 Pro Max when you take a photograph in all circumstances. The front-facing camera was borrowed from the Moto G2. It's top-heavy, and considering it's supposedly got a new modem in it,
it's not that good.
Dude,
I'm having Wi-Fi
in England the other day. I was driving home like I normally do, and there's one area where I get a dead zone. Doesn't cut me off, but it goes silent for a minute, and then my dad will come back in. The same trip home with that phone all week, it cut off 3 to 4 times, just totally dropped the call, and went silent minimum 5 times in a 17-minute drive. That phone is dumpster fire.
Did you ever try taking pictures at night with it, and you find that stupid little green dot that's in every one of your pictures?
Yeah, because that's the lens flare. That's what that is. It's that stupid lens flare.
You try and take any picture outside in the evening, and you just have this green dot that follows around on the screen. It's like
the tiniest bit of light that reflects into it, and that's the beginning of your lens flare.
They did that with the iPhone 11 Pro Max, but it wasn't as bad. And this time, I was like, well, it's still there, and it's worse.
It is way worse. I
didn't have too much trouble in the daytime. I think it depends on the sun exposure. Like I don't go outside a lot, so I'm out in off-peak hours, so it's not super bright. But the other thing is it's horrible with skin tones. It makes everybody look like they're freaking 3 weeks.
Everyone's got jaundice. Yeah, it's that everything you take a picture of with the iPhone 12 Pro Max has jaundice. It's just the way it is. It looks like your liver's giving up when you take a selfie or. Took a picture of my boy, and he did look like I just slapped him with a lemon. I'm like, what's going on with this?
That picture I took of my wife when she was
it didn't even look like your wife. Not only did it mess with the skin tones, but the hair, and it was like, no. It put about 5 years on her. It was like I
told her, I said, look, if this were your profile picture on Tinder, I would not have swiped right.
The 12 Pro Max. I was really hyped for that camera. Don't get me wrong, it's great for video.
Oh, it's amazing for video.
Every iPhone is. So it's really good for video.
Yeah,
and photography. I'm sorry, but that phone gets hammered by the Pixel 4a.
And the battery life is good too. Now, it's not as good as it was on the 11 Pro Max. I was expecting it to be worse than it is, though. I'm consistently getting 9 to 10 hours with like 10 to 20% battery life. I have zero
battery life. There's no worries. In fact, coming back to this today, I've been like, oh my God, damn.
I never use my Note. I just need to, I keep thinking I'm going to make videos on it, but I mean, I don't. And I'm not on, about it, like a follow-up video or something, like to justify the price, because it's like dropped half in value since the sucker came out. So I can't bring myself to sell it for like $780, but I also can't bring myself to use it because I have so many other phones that I prefer. So I'm just probably going to end up trading the sucker in whenever the
S21.
Yeah. So, and that's the thing. They'll give me like $700-800 for it with all the trade-in crap that I get.
No, they won't.
Huh?
No, they won't. They'll give you $600 for it.
No, I mean with everything, like they did with the Note. Like it was like $650 trade-in value,
and then the credit and all that stuff. Yeah.
And that's fine. I'll get the new earbuds. I like Samsung Buds, so I mean I'll test that out. That's what I'm saying. Like total value, I'll get like $850 out of it.
Yeah,
I don't want to deal with the hassle. Like it really irks me to do these things on resale, and it's like, oh, by the way, let me take like $150 off of it and feed.
That's the reason I sell my stuff on Twitter to people I know.
Yeah.
It's just far easier. I make the same amount of money as I was going to, but they get a better deal because I remove the fees, and you don't have to deal with bellends. Because let's face it, people on Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace are scummy bellends. So
I don't even mess with them. And right here. So I've got the iPhone 12 mini right now, and this is my whole point of
iPhone this year.
Great phone, absolutely great phone.
iOS on a small screen. It's fantastic.
My point of contention, though, is one, the battery life. I mean, it's okay. It's okay. It's not terrible. I mean, I thought that the battery life
expected, I think, though.
When you only have a 27 milliamp battery on it, I mean, you're only going to get probably 5 hours of screen on time, which is okay. I mean, the 4,500 milliamp battery in the Note 20 Ultra was only getting me 4 hours of screen on time. Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, whenever it came down to the iPhone SE, people are like, oh, it's getting terrible battery life. I'm like, it has like an 1,821 milliamp battery. Like, what were you expecting? 1821 or 1921, one of the two. But I'm like, look, if you get 4.5, 5 hours out of this, that's fine. And the people that are looking at getting one of these phones, that's probably more screen on time than they're going to use. Now, for a power user like me, it's just not enough.
No.
But my whole thing is, looking at that phone, it just, to me, is not worth $729. Like, it's just so small. I mean, look, yes, I get there's an A14 processor, and I get it's the same hardware in the iPhone 12, but when you start looking at a phone that's that small, it should have been $599 max.
You think that's $30 more than the S20 FE? S20 FE's got so much more going for it.
Yeah, it does. It's just overpriced. And and that's the thing, like whenever they had the iPhone SE at $349, or is it $399? $399? Yeah, $399. Yeah, it's the Pixel 4a was $349. It's $399 for the iPhone. The iPhone SE, when that came in at $399, I thought for sure that the iPhone 12 was going to be $599, like max. Yeah. And then $729 if you don't get it on a carrier thing. And then what's this BS with, oh, if you finance it, you can get it for $699, but if you pay for it outright through Apple and get an unlocked model, you got to pay $729 out of your pocket. Like,
not all carriers are even doing the $30 off. T-Mobile doesn't. You pay $729 for it.
Yeah, so. It's like, why am I getting hit over the head for $729 for this little phone? Like, you can basically buy 2 iPhone SEs for about the same price. I think there's a very narrow market for somebody who's willing to pay that much for that small of a phone. Like, there's not a lot of people that want a phone that small. But, I mean, there's not a lot of people that want a phone with a 6.9-inch screen on it either. I mean, that's why a lot of the more popular ones are the iPhone 8, the iPhone, the iPhone 11, the iPhone 12, like around the 6.1, 6.2-inch size range. I mean, 5.8, I think, was a little small for, like, the primary phone. So, like, 6.1, 6.2, I think is a really good size as far as phones for most people. So, 5.4, and then I think you have less people that want one that small than people that want a larger phone. Like, people clearly want the larger phones, but the smaller phones, very small market.
Yeah, it's a niche market nowadays, that definitely. But that's where you come in at $350. Like
like the Pixel 4a, and then you sell like hotcakes, and you make like the Pixel 4a is such a good phone. I absolutely love it.
Yep. Well, it's like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the Pixel 5, but I have the Pixel 4a 5G. That is hands down the Pixel to beat. $499. That for me is better than the iPhone 12. Just saying.
And here's my thing though. If the mini is the one for you and you're only missing your fingerprint scanner, why don't you just use the iPhone SE for half the price? Is the one extra camera that important to you?
Or is it the full screen? That's the problem with the SE is the 1972 bezels.
Oh, yeah. And it's fine. It should be a little bit larger. Like, I'm actually hopeful that they come out with this iPhone SE Plus with the 5.5. I would totally pick one up. I absolutely love my iPhone.
I don't think you'll get that now. I don't think that's coming anymore.
I don't think it will. I had hopes that it would. Like, I was looking forward to it because I love the 8 Plus. So I would have really liked for them to go ahead and do that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't think it's coming either. If it does, then that'll be great. But the thing is they've still got the
iPhone Mini. So
yeah, they've still got the 10R in their lineup. They've got the iPhone 11 in their lineup. So it's like, why would they create?
There's more SKUs now than there has ever been, and they're not getting Samsung bad, but it's, if you know what I'm saying, it's just becoming convoluted like that. If you're walking into a store and it's your first iPhone you're ever buying,
which one do you get?
Yeah, I mean, which one do you get? You don't know.
We complained for a long time that there weren't enough models, but I think there's a method to this madness. Like you and I know that this year there was a huge shortage on phones.
Yeah,
they probably still had a ton of parts sitting around for the other ones. They probably had a ton of inventory. I think that after this year rolls around and things get back to normal, they're going to drop those other ones. Like they just left them on there as options because they couldn't make enough of the other ones.
The iPhone 10, sorry, not the 10R, whatever it was called, that should not be on the shelves right now. It shouldn't.
Oh no, the camera on that thing sucks. It's not a great phone.
Do you get an open box, Mike? Because I've seen open boxes at that price.
I was fixing to highlight that. And hey, CH, how's it going?
Gadgets, how are you, bud?
Yeah, so this is a good deal. Like, how did you get that deal? I need more details on that, because if this was like a unicorn where you're like, oh, I walked in and they had an open box that was, whatever, that's another one story. But across the board, if you can get one without trade-in or activation or all that other stuff, that's another story.
What you do, and this is when I've seen, when they go on sale for $1,000, $999, which they have done at Best Buy a few times, then the open box go all the way down with them, and that's when you get a lot of that. $850, $875, $899.
Yes.
Brand new.
That's pretty good. That's a great price for that phone. And that's one of the reasons why I refuse to sell mine, because if I turn around and try to sell that right now, I would net probably like $740 if I tried to sell that right now. And it's not worth it to me to get rid of it for that price. I'd rather just keep it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you. I think it's pointless.
It's too good of a phone, and there's too much I can do with it. And then I'm just going to be able to trade it in for the same price and save myself money when it comes around to the new one anyway. So
yeah,
it's just annoying. Let's see, how well can we expect the new AirPods Max in terms? I think they're going to be built well, but I mean, nobody's got them in their hand yet. So
couldn't tell you. I've got a feeling they're going to come out with a really flat EQ, like really, really flat, to try and push that studio sound. And I think a lot of people are going to be kind of disappointed, but won't admit it, and that's what you're going to get now. You know what you're going to get now? God, let's not go back to this. You're going to get retards walking around with these things on the head like they're not even listening to them. They'll have them on the head, flexing that they've got them, like they do with AirPod Pros. They all walk around with them in their ears, but they're not even listening to anything. It's a fashion statement. And now we're going to get these things that look like, I don't even know what they look like. It's gross.
They look weird. They look like something that goes on the side of like a space helmet, like from a cartoon.
Case. I nearly swore. The case for it.
Is that thing working? This whole Stream Deck thing is a piece of trash. I need to take it back. Like, it's like not even like doing what it's supposed to.
A bit like yourself. Why are you so pasty white in Texas? Yeah,
I've been inside for 11 months.
Listen, I'm in Ohio and I'm English. Why?
I'm probably a little flushed out too because of this stupid light up here.
I don't believe that.
No, let me turn it off.
You're just pasty white. Yeah, no, it made no difference. Just made you pasty white in the dark.
You do have a point.
I'm telling you, you are pasty, bro. You are pasty.
I don't get outside very much. There's no need for it.
What do you think I do right now? It's December in Ohio. I'm not outside sunbathing, am I?
Are you sure it's not because your liver shot?
I'm not yellow.
Are you? You're probably streaming this on the iPhone 12 Pro Max. That's why you look so yellow.
The iPhone.
Oh, goodness gracious!
And that's right, Mike. It will be like wearing a helmet for the special guys. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, 400 gram, like wearing 1 pound headphones on your head. That's just ridiculous. You have all these people in like a couple of years that are complaining about like cervical issues with their neck from all the weight from the stupid headphones all the time.
And Sierra, I can understand why they went for that retro look because it's the kind of thing what people want.
Yeah,
they went for that retro look and made him extra ugly on top. It's like you can tell Johnny Ive doesn't work for him anymore. Put it that way.
That is true.
Yeah,
that's a very good assessment. Like he could actually make stylish looking stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see that's.
Didn't he get picked up by somebody? I can't remember where he's at.
Mm-hmm. See Kyle Pegg today.
And all I saw was a headline about him raising $7 million for his new upstart, which
is an audio company. And the guy who basically invented the iPod, Tony Fadell, he's in there with him. Even Casey Neistat in there, the CEO of Reddit's got skin in the game. That's going to be interesting.
Who?
Casey Neistat.
He's the CEO of Reddit?
No, he's got money involved in that company, and the CEO of Reddit also is.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't know anything about Casey Neistat. Like, I've only seen like one of his videos ever.
Oh, well, he's a cool guy. He is a super nice guy.
I see stuff and I see people interact with him all the time, and he's always popping up, but I know nothing about him. I see his photos because he likes to share pictures of like people surfing.
They were famous from HBO years ago. Him and his brother.
Okay. I'll have to look. Like, I really don't know. There's like a lot of these guys that people like know and are connected with. I just know nothing about them, like Jonathan Morrison or Casey Neistat. I'm like, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, Casey Neistat's more of a vlogger, life, and talks about things he only likes, whereas Jonathan Morrison is pretty much straight tech. So
that carrying case looks like a bra. Yes, it does.
Yes.
I really don't know what they were thinking about with that, but whatever. I'm curious. I'm really curious to see what people think about, like what people's impressions are when they come out. Like, I wonder, some people are going to act like they're the most amazing things in the world.
Yes, they are. Why did my camera just change to all kinds of colors? Did you see that?
I did. Yeah, color shift, and it's darker now.
What the hell? I've not even done anything. Anyway,
that's the same lighting too.
Yeah, I've not touched anything. It just flicked for some reason, and
looks like Leanne turned your nightlight off and said, "Go to bed."
I will in about 5 minutes, sweetheart. Weird. I don't understand. Nothing changed behind me either to change the whatever. It's just me. Look, now it's back.
Your janky camera.
What the hell?
Where are you streaming from tonight? I never know.
My A6100 with the Sigma 16.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you got that plugged into that Lenovo laptop.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's a Legion 7i?
Yes. Got a 2070 in it, 32 gig of RAM, 1 terabyte NVMe.
How is that? I'm curious how good that 2070 is in that laptop. Is it pretty good?
Plays anything.
Is it the TI Max Q?
It's the Max Q. So
that's not bad though. I mean, I've got a 1660 Ti Max Q in my Asus, and I don't have any problems with it. I mean, it plays 1080p at 90 frames per second, no issues.
This is 1080p on the screen, but it's 240 hertz. It flies.
Oh wow, that's serious business.
Yeah, it absolutely flies. This thing is great. The only thing that's annoying, and it's because I've been using the M1 MacBook Air recently.
Mm-hmm.
Even sat here now.
They do keep them relatively quiet, but when you're playing games and those fans kick in,
When I first turned this on, I thought, "Oh my god, where's my earbuds?" It sounded like I had the vac on. I had to. You press functioning Q, and it quietens the fans down for you.
That's how mine is.
Yeah, it's just annoying coming from the M1 MacBook, like I say, because there's no noise, there's no fan in that MacBook Air. To this, it was like, whew, god,
yeah. I have this Mac Mini, and you know how I bought it. I turned it on and used it the first day, and I have not turned it on since. Like I've really been wanting to test it out. I've just been so busy with work because of all the end of year closeout stuff and my casework that I'm doing. Like I told you, I put 9.5 hours in today, and then ate dinner and got on here. So I haven't even done anything but wake up and work today. So I just got to get all. I've got cases I got to close out to carry over to 2021, and then since my job is going to be like terminated on December 31st, I got to get everything wrapped up. So it's just. I've got a couple of vacation days to use, and I'm just stretching them out. It's like the last week of December. I'm just not going to work. I'm get it all done before then.
Hamizan, yes. And I say this about AirPods Pro. And I'm going to say a lot of people buy the iPhone because it's a status symbol for them. And it's been marketed that way by Apple, and it's made, and I hate to say this because it makes me sound like I'm grouping a bunch of people together, but it made millennials want them because it was cool and hip.
Oh, yeah. They don't care what they sound like. They just know that they're expensive and it's associated with being a status symbol.
Yes. Yeah, for some reason they think it raises your profile when you walk down the road with a set of AirPods Pro and an iPhone in your hand. Unfortunately, if you're older like me, like in your mid-40s, I look at them guys and I think, damn, how much a month are you paying for that?
Yeah. $10 a month for your AirPods.
Yeah,
probably 15. Isn't it like $15 a month to finance those fuckers?
Yeah. So
I guess that's worth it to you. Yeah, this right here on the 15th. And there's a lot of reaction videos already, and like I have my thoughts and impressions. Like we do our normal show on Wednesday night anyway. Like I want to talk about them because they're relevant, but I'm not making a specific video to.
Yeah, I was going to, but I'm not because I really can't be bothered with the flaming that'll go on in the comments telling me I don't know anything and don't know what I'm talking about when it comes.
Because you can't afford them, Dan.
Yeah, that's it. You're a tramp. You just can't. Whatever.
And that's one thing that does frustrate me. Like when people talk about that stuff, if you have something to say, like the first argument is like, look, if you can't afford it, then that doesn't mean you don't need to talk trash about it.
Yeah, I mean, that is such a stupid statement. I saw someone on Twitter before. I don't even know who it was. People going on about $550 headphones saying they'd never buy them, but them same people said they'd never buy $1,000 phone. It's totally different.
Yeah, it's not just for listening to music.
Yeah, I can do so much more with a phone. So much more than what I can with a pair of ugly baskets on the side of my head called AirPods Max.
I'm paying an extra $100 and get my Mac Mini and actually make a living making videos on it.
I mean, really? I mean,
it's not the argument is not equitable. It does not carry the same weight on both sides. Different things.
Who just said that there about the iMessage? Retailer tech, you're right. And the snobbery about blue bubbles and green bubbles. I could crack somebody's neck. I really could, without a doubt. If someone turned around to me and said, you're a blue bubble, I can't talk to you, I would literally choke them out. I just couldn't help myself. I'd beat them around the head with their own iPhone. I'd give them black and blue eyes. God.
It is annoying. You get those comments, though. Some people, they'll be like, oh, I see you don't have an iPhone. That's like the first thing that comes. Like you send them a message or you reply, and they're like, oh, I guess you don't have an iPhone. I'm like, my phone sends messages every way. My phone sends messages. Who cares?
Yeah. I guess your phone's like from 3 years ago.
Yeah. I know. You could be using like a Note 20 Ultra or a Fold. Like I've got a $2,000 phone, and you're messaging me on your iPhone SE complaining how I don't have an iPhone.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, dude.
Sure.
Well, retailer, he would beat them with his iPhone 12 Pro Max had he not returned it.
That is in a brown box on its way to Fort Worth right now.
Oh, goodness gracious. So, yeah, this is not phone centric. This is related around games. I posted on Twitter right before we got on the show. I saw that Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War is already $40 on PC.
Is it real? I'm not.
Yeah. If you get a Blizzard,
terrible game, I'm afraid to say. It's such a step backwards in every single way. And let me just throw this out there, and people
Ghost 2.
For it. It's Ghost 2, and it's also tailored for crap players to get kills because they spawn behind you. If someone's getting repeatedly killed, they will spawn that person behind you so they can shoot you in the back over and over again.
Revenge.
Pants.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
That's my favorite film.
Oh, 7? It's an absolutely amazing movie.
Oh my God. Yeah. That 7. If you haven't seen 7, even if it's now older, it still holds up today.
It holds up so well. There's like pinnacle Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt.
Yeah. That really brought Brad Pitt out of being the good looking.
Like, he can act.
Man, he was so good in that.
Like, I never really cared for Brad Pitt all that much prior to that movie. Like, you watch 13 Monkeys, you watch some of the other older movies. I'm like, he's just so spastic. Like,
pretty boy Brad Pitt.
Yeah, he was a heartthrob. But then you see him in 7, and it's like, oh my gosh, he can act.
Yeah. Yeah, I just wish they'd have carried on with that, maybe, because the books carry on. There's sequels to it. So,
well, that's like Leonardo DiCaprio. Like, I hated him in like his younger movies.
Me too.
And then like as soon as he made The Aviator, I'm like, I got to watch every Leo movie. He's such a good actor.
The Departed is so good. And then he did one with Russell Crowe where he was like CIA in Iraq. Oh, what was that called?
Oh, dude, I love that movie. I'm trying
it's so good. And then he was in the one with getting the diamonds out of the mines in Africa. That was awesome.
Yeah, Blood Diamonds, such a good movie.
DiCaprio just has been on since back then. Has been really good because they've got him out of that boy bullshit.
Oh yeah. The sad thing is like all these actors that we love though are all getting like old. Like I was heartbroken when Sean Connery died the other day. Like I've been such a Sean Connery fan my whole life, and then Alex Beck and like,
Woman Beater.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't follow it.
Yeah. He was on TV. He said on TV. Nothing wrong with giving a woman a good smack. I was like, "Ooh, Sean, really?"
maybe that's whenever his career took a dive. I don't know if it was that or The Highlander.
Yeah, and then he did the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Oh, that was such a bad movie. So
and he turned down the part of Morpheus to do that movie from The Matrix.
Really?
Yes, he was going to be Morpheus, and he said, "No, I'm going to go and do this film."
I know there was a reason that he went and made, Body of Lies, Farm Tech Things. Yes, such a good movie. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I mean, Sean Connery did make some questionable movies. I mean, there's some that are just not that good. I mean, that's everybody though. There are so many actors like Sylvester Stallone and getting tricked into making he made
Arnold, woo, yeah.
Well, it was one of those things that, if I remember correctly, it was like
killed his career. That.
Oh yeah, they were in such a competition back then. Like they did not like each other, and I think he'd heard that Arnold was going to make it, or Arnold started a rumor that he was going to make it, knowing it was going to be a terrible movie, and then Sylvester Stallone took the part.
Here's the crazy thing, right? Think of Beverly Hills Cop, Axel Foley.
Oh, such a good movie.
That was meant to be Sylvester Stallone, and it was meant to be a serious film, which then went on to be Cobra.
I like Cobra, though.
Yeah, but that's what Beverly Hills Cop was meant to be.
Yeah, all right. So let me get your impression on this real quick. So what about Over the Top?
Oh.
I tell you what, though, I did like that movie when I was a kid. But even when I was a kid,
it's free on YouTube to watch.
You remember that one guy, he goes to go arm wrestling, he's drinking that can of motor oil. I'm like, come on! Like even as a kid, I knew that was stupid.
But it was a good film. 80s Stallone was primetime action.
He could make any movie. I mean, other than Stop or My Mom Will Shoot.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, look, it's Cam. Big hand Cam.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Pulled out his Timberlands today, his size 42s.
We've been going back and forth at him for days, and I don't regret it one bit. I was messing with him though because we were going back and forth with the whole Palm thing, and he was interested in Palm, so I tagged Palm in the thing, and they sent him a phone, and I commented on his messages yesterday. I was like, just wait for it to sink in that the only reason I hooked you up with them was so I could make fun of you for all the videos you're going to make with that tiny phone in your hand.
This is the Palm, and this is my thumbnail.
Yeah. Like he went like this, like the tiny phone with the iPhone. Like you can imagine the Palm; it's going to look like a Tic Tac with a screen on it. Like it's like those grains of rice that used to get your name written on.
And let me just say, he put a picture up the other day with GravX Ryan.
Yeah.
Trying to say that Ryan had big hands. Did you see the size difference between Cam's hands and Ryan's hands?
Oh yeah, there was a significant.
And the camera angle was set up so it looked like Ryan.
Oh yeah, it was definitely an optical illusion.
No. Your hands were like, oh look, everybody, I've got 5 hands. It's come on.
Oh goodness. Yeah, like me, like I don't have the largest hands in the world for someone being like 6 foot tall. I just got like normal size hands, but like 1+ 8T. I mean, my hand is about normal size. So just for frame of reference there.
I have a Galaxy Note hand. There you go.
Yeah, and here's Cam.
Yeah. Cam had a 75-inch Samsung TV hand. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he's walking around with like a 40-inch Sharp.
Yeah. Poor Cam. Poor Cam will go and get a hand reduction. Instead of like these chicks get boob reductions over there. I need to take some off these.
Can you take like one knuckle off?
Poor Cam.
Hey, on a serious note, though, big congratulations to him. He hit 10,000 subscribers.
I know, that's amazing. Well done, sir.
Yeah,
well done.
He'll be at 20 before you know it.
Yeah, absolutely. Once you hit 10, you start steamrolling it. Then
that's what I hear.
Oh, shut up, you.
People said that. I didn't really feel like that, but I could see it.
You started doing BlackBerry videos, and BlackBerry videos are very popular in a certain location on this planet.
I don't know what you're insinuating.
I don't care whether you don't know, because I know you do.
Okay. You'll have to explain it to me later. But in my credit, I've been making my very first video I ever made was a BlackBerry video. I didn't just start making them. People just started watching them.
Mate, I don't care.
You know the secret behind that? The whole reason they took off is because I had like 40 BlackBerry videos already made when they said they weren't making phones anymore. And I had been making them for a year and nobody had been making them. So I had all these videos that were sitting there and people started watching them because there was a sudden interest in it. It's just the only logical choice.
You make videos, Lions Man?
Send me this link.
Since when have you made videos, Ginger Guy?
He's only half ginger.
He's like ginger from the beard only, or is it gray from the beard and ginger? It's like really messed up. It's like, oof.
His hair looks like Lurch with a perm.
This is a G-rated show, so I'm not going to say what I was going to
say. A video.
Link us up.
Yeah, let's see the link. Farm and Tech.
Oink oink. Fuck.
Oh goodness gracious!
Put that link in these comments now, so everybody can go and watch it.
Yeah, we'll share it. We'll tell everybody to go watch your video.
Get on here if Adam can do that.
You'll get like 100 views in no time.
That's right. You'll be big balls. I mean stuff in no time.
Sorry, he says what's on his mind all the time.
Better than my mind.
I need to fix this Stream Deck thing again. I think there's something with like the driver. I wanted to be able to play the sounds.
Nobody cares.
Think about taking it back. I never used the sucker. Oh, speaking of sucker, you can put that next to my name because of these Panasonic people. So yeah, so I'm using this Panasonic camera right now, the G100. I put my review out recently, and like the Panasonic people are sending out to me to review. And there was like, normally in review world, they're like, hey, just so you know, this is a loaner. We need you to send this back after we're done with it, or after you're done with reviewing it. I'm like, okay, cool. I've done that before. I had done that with them previously with the camcorder that I reviewed earlier in the year. And this one, it's like, I've had it for 2 months, made a couple of videos, sent them the video links, hear nothing back from them. And then it's like, oh, by the way, we're going to send you a shipping label for that camera. I'm like, what? I already bought what? You didn't say anything about this. They pulled a fast one on me. But then they're like, oh, well, sorry. We'll send you the S5 and you can review that one for 2 months.
Do you hear that noise?
What, you forgot to take your antacid?
No. It's the world's smallest violin playing for you.
Is it the world's smallest violin, or is it a normal violin in Cam's hands?
You know what, Cam? We need the answer.
The truth is out there.
That's right.
The truth is out there.
Just like to say as well, because I've not been on for a couple of weeks, and I've had a PlayStation 5 for a couple of weeks, and it's far better than the Xbox Series X.
Yeah, I definitely like the PlayStation better than the Series X. Like, I don't like. I haven't turned it on since we played like 2 weeks
You
ago.
don't turn anything on. That's your problem, though. But you know, whatever.
Yeah, it's just not worth $500 right now. There's nothing to play on it. It's the same stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the PlayStation 5.
Like, why are you guys acting like this? This is normal, bro. We're actually being very You know, he called me a. What did you call me before?
Well, we can't say that on here.
Totally out of character. I was like, whoa.
I told you that was for effect.
Uh-huh. And it was definitely cause when I was like, I looked at my phone and went,
I figured you would get a good laugh out of that. I told you I was laughing over here on the other side of the phone when I sent that message.
I can physically see you mentally in my mind.
It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, goodness. Well,
what else can we talk about?
I don't know. We got 2 minutes and 50 seconds left until we hit an hour. This goes by so fast.
I'm enjoying myself. What else have we got? You know what else? I've not done a video on it yet because obviously you all know I've not been doing videos recently. But this thing at $129. How do they even do that? You can buy 4 of these for a pair of AirPod Pro Max bullcrap, whatever they call.
Well, when it comes to that phone, as soon as I saw it, and I'm like, this thing has a 6 Series Snapdragon processor in it, the 662. I'm like, how did they do this for $129? Like, it just absolutely makes no sense. Mm-hmm. Like, it's got 4 gigabytes of RAM. It's got what I believe 6.55-inch screen, stereo speakers that are actually good.
Good, yeah, I was shocked.
Like, I've actually made like 6 videos on that phone because the views have actually been good. Like, I was a little skeptical about that phone when they're like, here, you want to review this? I'm like, that's a little bit more on the budget side than I want to get into. And I was very curious with how well it was going to do view-wise, but tons of people have watched it. Like, there's a lot of interest in that Poco M3 phone. And yes, okay, you've got the Mobvoi earbuds ANC. What was it? They call them what, the Tech Pods or something?
Yeah. So
the trash?
Everybody's interested in these. And let me just tell you, I put these in, right?
They're $59, right?
Something like that.
Yeah.
And I put these in, and you know, like before a song starts, it'll have the lack of bass, and it's just building. Yeah. And it sounds fantastic. And then the drop hits, and it's not there. It's literally like Rick Astley Rick rolls you. It really.
So like these Razer speakers.
Yeah, I told you.
Yeah, there's no bass.
I told you. And they're not small either. These things are junk.
They are. Like, they've got tons of power. Like, as far as like mids and highs, they're fantastic. And it's like you think with as big as these things are, this canister has a subwoofer in it, or it can move air. No, it's just
a cylinder. That's what it's made for, moving air.
Yeah, basically, you have a cylinder this big with a 2.5-inch tweeter. It makes no sense.
I told you. As soon as you said you were going getting these speakers, as soon as you said it, that's why I said it's not the Razer Namo, is it? Yeah.
Oh no, these suckers are going back.
Yeah, I would take these back, but it was too late by the time I actually set them up. It was past my return. So,
I mean, I might actually pay you $80 for them if you still want to sell them, but I'm not paying $150 plus tax for them. Like these, no, they're not good.
Shipping the yours.
Okay.
All right, done, deal. I've even got the box and everything for them.
Yeah, no, I like the way that they're set up on my desk. I mean, they're perfectly fine. It's just they're not worth for $150. No, $80. Yeah, I'm fine with that. I don't need a bunch of bass out here in my office. I just listen to music while I work. But the reason that I got speakers in the first place is because these cheap, crappy ones in this BenQ monitor went out. So I have to hear every time somebody talks. So I just wanted a nice set. I like how they look on this tiny desk that I have. Like the setup is good. The ergonomics is nice. I like the design. They just have no bass. And it's like
so disappointing from what they look like. It's just
they make no sense that they don't have bass. Like I've seen the thing with these speakers, it's like they're designed to be a 2.1 and there's no 0.1.
I also got one of these.
What is that? Is that SSD? Oh, I heard those are really good.
Just buy the T5. It's cheaper and does the same thing.
Oh, I have a Hyundai one that I got when I was at CES that they gave me to review. So I've got a 1 terabyte, and I got to tell you, these external SSDs are like indispensable. Like they're great, but
the PlayStation 5. And what's good about that is if you use an SSD as your expandable storage, the PlayStation 4 games that get the upgrades to do 4K 60 or whatever, they will still run at the enhanced way because it's going through an SSD.
Oh, nice. Let me ask something here real quick. Hamazon, what do you mean? What kind of gaming? Like I made a whole video about gaming performance on it, and you can absolutely play PUBG and Call of Duty on there, like no problem. You can play them enjoyably. So you can play most AAA titles on there without issue. The only time you ever have problems is because MIUI is just laggy and requires more resources, and it doesn't have it. So it kind of slows the performance down on the phone, like when you're not in games. But once it loads it into memory and the game is running, perfectly fine. Like I was really, really impressed. Like I played a couple of games. I played a couple of games on PUBG, played a couple of rounds of Call of Duty Mobile, and I was so impressed that it compelled me to make that video about the gaming performance because I don't know what you can get in the $150 price point, $120 price point that plays games like that phone does, especially with the 6,000 milliamp battery and stereo speakers. It's good.
The back on that phone as well. I know it's plastic, but it's plastic done so well because it feels like leather.
It reminds me of Note 4.
Yeah, that's exactly what it reminded me of, the Note 4. It's fantastic.
No, they did it just right. They did a good job.
Yep.
Like there's some people that are phone snobs that are hating on it, but for the people forget price points. Like look, this phone is not for you. You need to evaluate this on the merits and not look at it like it's an iPhone.
That phone is cheaper than a pair of AirPods.
Yeah. You can get a cheap pair of earbuds in this phone for the price of AirPods.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, just madness.
And it has 22-watt charging. I mean, of course, you can't use the charger in the US.
So,
but they throw the 22-watt charger in the box.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's in there, ready to go at $129, or is it $159 now? I can't remember. But either way,
it was introductory price $129 and $149, and that was for the 64 or the 128, and then normal MSRP is $149 and $169.
Right, which is still,
as well as I do, though, it's going to be cheap. It's just like the Poco X3 NFC. That sucker is barely over $200 now, and that phone is seriously impressive for the price because the only thing holding back the M3 is the user interface is a little laggy, and the camera is pants.
Yeah.
But if you move up for like an extra $80 and get the X3, it's everything that the M3 is missing, plus more power, plus really good cameras, and plus you get a higher refresh rate.
Poco F2 Pro that I had, that was a decent. It was just very much like a OnePlus 7 Pro, but with an 865 strapped to it. It was nice. good price, less than
And
$500.
Poco's their own brand now too. They're not under Xiaomi anymore.
Yeah, which I wonder how that's gonna. I don't know. Wonder how that happens, how that goes. I mean,
I
sure,
am
make that much money.
I don't know. I'm going to tell you right now, though, make some videos with that phone because the Xiaomi people like me after I made like a couple of videos. I'm like, here. And now they're sending me like whatever. I'm really hoping that they're going to send me the Mi 11.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got the first phone. Huh?
Did you get the Mi 10 Ultra?
They gave me the 10T, the 10T Pro 5G.
Right.
I did ask them last week if they would send me the Ultra, and they said, well, we don't really have any slotted for that region, but let me look. And that's the same thing they did with the 10T Pro. I reviewed the X3, and they're like, oh, we love this. It's great. And I asked for the 10T Pro, and they said, well, it's not really marketed for that region, and we kind of already slotted those out to other people, like they've been shipping out already. So let me look. And then like a couple of days later, they wrote me back, hey, we got one for you, and we're sending it out. So the lady that I've been working with, she's been super helpful, and I'm hoping I'm going to get the 11. I'm going to cross my fingers, but I did ask for the 10T. I did ask for the Ultra, so cross my fingers. So I would love to get my hands on it. I'm a big fan of Xiaomi. I was trying to get in with them for like years and years. I ordered some of them before, like the Mi 9T last year. I absolutely loved. Fantastic phone. So
yeah, that was a real nice phone. Like I say, I had the Redmi Note 9S.
Same thing, yeah.
Yeah, that phone was fantastic. I mean, that $229 that was. It was just amazing. But I like my mocha frappes, boys.
Minus the mocha frappe.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get that from Walmart?
Mm.
Not Walmart. I mean McDonald's.
McDonald's, yeah.
They got good coffee stuff.
They do all right. The mocha frappe stuff's good. Yeah.
Well, I think about the A30. I mean, the A30 is a fine phone. I mean, if you want to get something in that price range,
I'd go with a Xiaomi device over an A30 though. At the same,
you'll get one, but you get more for less.
Mm-hmm.
The thing with Samsung is they still, even when they make budget phones, they'll sacrifice performance for looks.
Yes, and you pay. That's your Samsung tax coming into it.
They make stuff look premium, like this right here. This A71 5G, it looks and feels like an S20. I mean, it's so well made. Like you wouldn't think that this is a $500 or $400 phone. But if you look at other phones you can get for $400 and $500, you can get technically better. So
the price on that was $599 if you without any deals.
Yeah, I think $559. I think originally came out at $599, and I said this in the video, like the price takes a nosedive because of course Samsung, they chop the value in half as soon as the sucker goes out the door, especially for holiday season. So
I mean they had to because it's $100, $99 cheaper than the FE.
Yeah, kind of hard.
Yes. Oh, excuse me.
Oh yeah, Cam, I love this phone. Like I've been so impressed with it. It's good. The only thing I wish it had, and I was kind of surprised it didn't, it doesn't have stereo sound. It just has the one downward firing speaker, but it's still got lots of power and volume. So
let me just tell you, the iPhone 12 Pro Max, seeing as I've dunked all over it tonight, has the best speakers I've heard on any cell phone ever.
They're good.
Yes.
The screen looks nice too.
Yes. No, it's no different than last year.
The only hang up I have with the phone is just the cameras are not what they make them out to be. They're just not that good. I mean, they're not bad. I mean, you're going to be able to take okay photos, but they have moments where it's like critical failure issues.
Poo.
Like stuff you don't get with other phones and you shouldn't get with an $1,100 phone.
Yeah, I just, no.
I don't use it for
pictures. It reminds me of the S20 Ultra.
Yeah. I use it for video. Like I take pictures inside, or like every once in a while, if I snap a picture of something, I would not use it for serious photography. I would get huh?
Did you get rid of your S20 Ultra?
I gave it to my son.
Because that supposedly has all its camera problems fixed.
I haven't messed with it. I do love that phone though.
Yeah, I'd like to. You should do a video on that, especially with the S21s coming.
Maybe. It's got it in the other room.
Yeah, because if they fix the camera on it, I say every time I mention it, hands down, the best selfie camera ever on a phone.
Absolutely, 1000%.
Yes.
And my thing is this. My thing with the phones this year, I didn't really find that the new phones that came out with the 865 Plus were better than the 865. Like the 865 was a more balanced chip. It manages power better. My S20 Ultra never had a battery problem in its life, and I've used 2 or 3 phones with the 865 Plus, and it's just
power hungry.
Yeah, it's like it has this big straw connected to the battery, and it can't stop itself.
Yep,
it just treats it like a milkshake, and it just guzzles the battery all day long. Like it can't shut it off. The S65, the 865, I've used it. The Xiaomi phone, miracles. Use it in the V60, miracles. Use it in the S20 Ultra, amazing. So I was expecting the 865 Plus to be really good, and then it's like, by the way, here's your 4.5 hours of battery life on your 4,500 milliamp battery. It's like you get an hour per 1,000 milliamps with that phone.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
And you see, a lot of people are not saying, like, there were some people that were like, oh, I've got this magical phone that gets 10 hours of battery life. Not a whole lot of people you're hearing that from anymore.
No. Let's have a look at my battery right now. So I got 31% left, and screen on time from 12 o'clock, because it came off charge at 12 o'clock, because that's when everything finished. Oh, it's not doing bad, really, for this phone. 4.5 hours screen on time.
With 30% left?
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Greg. You're too late, Greg. We're about to leave.
Yeah, like my battery's fixing to die on this camera, and I'm going to have to, go. But thank you for stopping by, Greg.
Look.
What is that? Oh.
Video.
I wonder if he's going to update his Twitter to Farming Tech.
You make the talk, ginger weirdo.
Huh?
He's not even speaking.
I don't know.
Be in the background.
Here, go check out Grego's TV.
Yes. Greg's a really nice guy. Sorry I've not got you a video, Greg. I don't know whether you've seen, but a bit preoccupied at the moment.
Apparently preoccupied with your phone.
Well, that was it. Look, the video ended. That was...
What was it, like a minute and 20 seconds?
It was about that, yeah. Yeah. Well, that was it. Look, the video ended.
What was it, like a minute and 20 seconds?
For some reason, it auto-played into our live stream.
Okay. All right. Well, it's time to go ahead and call it a night. We're at an hour and 12 minutes, and the camera battery is about to die on this thing. So thanks for stopping by tonight. I should be live again Friday night. I don't know if Dan's going to join me or not, but should be live this weekend.
We'll see.
Are we playing Call of Duty?
I'm going to try and make a video.
Oh, we'll go make a video then.
I'm going to try. See if it doesn't happen, I will be on Call of Duty.
Okay, well, just message me. Well, thanks a lot, everybody, for stopping by. We'll be back again next Wednesday. Same bat time, same bat channel, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, or 8:30 if you're on the East Coast. Yeah, great show. You were here for like a minute and 43 seconds.
Yeah. Thanks, Greg.
The best parts.
Much appreciated.
Yeah. Bye. Here. Bye, Cam. Bye, Cam.
Yeah. This is my small hand.
All right, guys. We'll see y'all later, and I'll be back live streaming probably Friday and Saturday. At some point in time in this weekend, I'll hit the button to go live, and then I'll be like, sorry, guys, I meant to plan it, and you know how I am. So thanks a lot. Hopefully y'all can come back next week. You'll have a wonderful and safe, fantastic rest of your week and weekend. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Any other holiday that you celebrate, and we'll see y'all soon.
Bye.
Goodbye.